Hello, everybody. On tonight's episode of Backseat Quarterbacks, I'm joined by Darren. We are going to go over all the action from Week 12. It was actually as good as Week 11. It delivered like a UPS driver. I cannot believe it. I was kind of pessimistic that we'd have another great NFL week like last week, but we did. The morning slate was awesome. A lot of games coming down to the end, including a game that saved the Chiefs' season. Both our teams, the Patriots and the Packers, a couple of PPs, won. And the afternoon slate, which had some bad matchups, but it was headlined by a Cowboys-Eagles rivalry game that always seems to live up to it, definitely lived up to it, with an amazing comeback win from Dallas that kind of keeps their season alive, if we're being honest. So we're going to talk about all that and more. We're currently watching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get blown out 31-7 as of this recording. It's 7:20 West Coast time. And Todd Bowles has got his quarterback hurt by letting him continue to play and throw a Hail Mary at the end of the half where he came up short of the end zone by about 40 yards, I think, and definitely hurt his AC joint or sprained his AC joint. So good job, Todd. That's about the 15th guy you've let stay in there when he shouldn't be in there. And I think it might be time to move on off of you, and they should be suing you, is what he should be doing. You shouldn't have to return that money. So without further ado, here is Darren. What take was better, Darren? I just recorded that intro twice. Take one or take two? Should I leave them both in?
Yeah, leave them both in. Why not? Take two is good. I'd like take two. That was a good one. It was
Maybe
good.
I should do a third take. Hello, everybody. Just go for every game. I just like, this is the first take.
Yeah. I like that.
How are you doing, Darren? Happy birthday, by the way. I didn't even know it was your birthday. You just have it seldomly. You know, usually I thought, I know in high school you were a guy that got the balloons, you got the flowers. Your high school girlfriends gave you flowers. I know this. I was told this. How was your birthday now that you're seldomly celebrating it?
It was good. It was good. Went to Topgolf, went to a restaurant, played some actual golf. It was a good weekend. It's a good weekend. Got rained on a little bit on the golf course, but super good weekend. So thank you for the birthday wishes.
Rain is God crying.
Hey.
A lot of sins in this world. A lot of sins in this world. This is actually becoming a biblical podcast going forward.
Yeah.
We're trying to get another part of the internet to support this podcast. So if you see a little bit of a little Bible turn, you're just know when I start quoting Ephesians, we're trying to reach a new group. We're trying to always expand. We're trying to always grow more, and then we might start quoting the Torah too. Who knows?
Who knows?
At some point, we're always trying to expand. It's a business mindset. You see those Google? You see Google coming out with Gemini 3 also? We're a business podcast too, by the way.
Yeah.
What else could we be? Self-help? You gotta want to succeed. You want to yearn to earn.
Yeah. We'll sell anything. How about that?
Yeah,
There's nothing we won't sell. So any businesses, no matter how sketchy or questionable you are, we'll run an ad for you. We'll sell it.
Guess what? This is something easy to sell. Little Drake May rookie card right there. Something easy to sell. That's something easy to sell. That thing will sell for above ask. We're gonna just start with the best game of the day. I actually watched this from a new bar. I got coaxed. I'm a man of very few needs, I'd say, and I like watching. I'm a creature of habit. I like watching where I like watching. I know the bartenders. When I want another lobe, I just pull on the lobe. I've said this before, order of operations. Couldn't do that here. I went there, I wanted another lobe. I did this. No reaction. I started tatting my chest. I was trying to do it. I was trying to do the whole thing, third base coach type stuff. No reaction. So I was like, I said, do not see what I'm doing. I'm ready. So I went to a new place. It was a great bar, though. I would like to say. I even told people, I was like, "You guys know who I am. I do backseat quarterbacks. I'm on every episode. There hasn't been an episode without me on it. I'm kind of a big deal. We have like 8 subscribers on YouTube so far.
Wow.
A lot of TikTok. I'm a stutterer as well, if you can't tell. A lot of TikTok followers. One of our more recent videos about Drake May. Do you see this Patriots logo on my sweatshirt? One of our more
Mhm.
recent TikToks got, a couple thousand views.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we
They didn't care.
go.
Bartender to give me free drinks.
No.
She almost kicked me
Wow.
out for that. She said, "Are you homeless?" I said, "I got a mustache. I don't got a full beard. I don't
Yeah,
look haggard, do I?"
yeah. I'm not disheveled.
Yeah.
Clean cut. We cut
But
this stash intentionally.
yeah. Come on. What are we doing here?
Phillips One Blade.
Yeah. I don't know what I use. Something. Manscaped. Former pod sponsor. Hey, come on back, Manscaped. You're welcome anytime. I know that you're not supposed to use that for the face, but hey, hey, could be used. That's the beauty about Manscaped. Okay, I'll cut an ad right now. Beauty about Manscaped, you can use it anywhere, anytime, and
Mhm.
it doesn't cut you like other trimmers do.
Mm. Manscaped, you come back, I'll switch over. I have no loyalty.
Yeah, we're actually gonna
Oh,
cut that part that he just said, that brand that he said. We might cut that out. Sucks.
bleep it.
Cuts him all the time. He's literally bleeding right now. He's free bleeding in his underwear. It's all cut up. The game I watched are mainly. I mean, I watched all the afternoon games because they had great TVs. It was an awesome bar. I enjoyed my stay. I will be going back there, but they'd better learn my order of operations. Is my point. the the uh, the main game was obviously the Cowboys Eagles, where
Mhm.
the Cowboys end up storming back from down 21 points to win the game 24-21 on a walk-off Aubrey 40-yard field goal, 42-yard field goal,
Yeah.
chip shot, and that game was awesome. I really there's a few takes that I have, and it really doesn't matter my takes on this. It's just that I enjoy watching good football, even if it's sloppy. A lot of sloppy football. That special teams play on the turnover that the Eagles had that winded up getting the Cowboys 0 points was probably gonna be. It's probably gonna be showing in every single uh, tape throughout high school, college, and the NFL, especially in high
Mhm.
school and college, uh, for the next 2 years, 3 years. What a
Yeah.
play. Uh, well, I don't even remember that guy's name. I should have that guy's name ready because, that was an incredible play. Um, who forced that fumble? Do you know who it
The guy
was?
when he blocked him into the
Yeah. When he, went to the ground and then got up and ran down the field and forced the fumble.
yeah.
Um, it doesn't say here on the stats. It should be on the stat thing, but I guess it was special teams, so it doesn't count. They don't count those. Whoever it was, hey, you deserve some recognition by backseat quarterbacks, but you'll get recognition throughout America, so and probably worldwide. That was one of the greatest plays I've seen in football, and it resulted in 0 points, like I said. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, what a play! Dak balled out, and George Pickens balled out,
Dude, he's so
and
good, man. He's so good.
when he's on, he reminds me of Calvin Johnson, kind of, legitimately, he's a smaller Calvin Johnson with probably a larger route tree because of the way he's, mangleable through, defenses, where Calvin Johnson's just so tall and big that you can't really say, "Hey, your route tree can't be as big," because defenses would just pick up on you. It's like Brock Bowers or Gronk, can't have the
Yeah.
biggest route tree of all time, but
Yeah.
Pickens was unbelievable this game. It felt like he had 9 targets, 9 receptions, 146 yards. Everything thrown to him was caught. A touchdown, and yeah, he was unbelievable. And he won the game for them basically throughout on the last drive where I think it was third down, 3rd and 4 or something. Dak got it to him to put them into guaranteed field goal range. And it was unbelievable to see. Pickens really won the game. And I think it was funny coming into this year, we were all talking about how oh, and Baker's in a sling, by the way. I just saw
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job, Todd. Uh, the the thing with Pickens, that's gonna be the last time we talk about that game, by the way. I don't want to do what we did last week where this game's irrelevant now. But the thing about Pickens is uh, coming into the season when he got traded from the Steelers here, and I know the Steelers felt like they upgraded over him with DK. And DK's been good too, by the way. So this is not a
Yeah.
shot to them or anything. But with Pickens, there was a lot of the off the field stuff where he'd get in fights in the middle of plays. He's not done any of that with the Cowboys. I know
Mhm.
they didn't show up on time to curfew last week, so they missed the first series. Him and CD, but outside of that, it's been really just he's balled out. He's done his part, and he's been probably their offensive MVP. It's him or Ferguson. I mean, Jake Ferguson's been a top 3 tight end this year, so
Yeah.
shout out to him too. But no, Pickens has just balled out. Every time he gets the ball thrown to him, he catches it. He has amazing footwork. Uh, he Dak delivers the ball to him, and if it's in the radius of where his hands can touch the ball, it gets caught, no matter what. He could be
It's
getting
pretty
interfered
insane,
with.
dude.
Yeah, and that's my take on the Cowboys here. It's just they have obviously their issues. If they are able to sneak in the playoffs, I don't think they're gonna because they're not out of it yet, but they have a hard schedule as we've talked about. They play the Chiefs on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That is not a free win by any measure. Right? They play the Chiefs on Thanksgiving. I'm correct on that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that they just dropped too many games in the first part of the season. I think right now they're playing probably some of their best football. But I like losing that game to the Cardinals on Monday Night Football a few weeks ago. That's killer. You that's a game that again I'm sure they really wish they would have back, and I'm sure if you go back through their schedule, there's a handful of other games that they've lost where it's like, dude, you cannot keep losing to these bad teams because they're not good enough to really beat a lot of the good teams either. But George Pickens, how much money is he going to get next year? Because this is a contract year for him. Like, is is he getting like high end wide receiver one money or like? Uh,
It's gotta be with a lot of like offsetting language to where because he does have the history of off the field stuff where
yeah,
it's nothing like criminal, but it's to the point where he gets in fights with coaches and stuff like that to where
I think it's kind of
um
on the field stuff, actually. Like he legit will get
yeah,
in
he
like
fights
fist
players on the
fights on the field.
yeah. No, exactly. So that's where it's like you have to be conscientious of that if you're signing him. But
Mhm.
no, he's a wide receiver one. Like he is there's not there's not 30 receivers better than him.
No,
And it'd be
I
hard to
mean,
find
I
15
think
receivers better than him.
CD's better than him, but he's outplayed him all year this year. Like he's been kind of the team's number one, honestly. And I know CD was out for a while and he missed some time, but like even since he's been back, it just seems like I don't know. If I'm a Cowboys fan, I would almost rather see the ball go up to Pickens because it's like, dude, he just finds a way to come down with it, and it's kind of absurd.
Yeah, and Pickens, by the way, is or CD, by the way, in the 2 games against the Eagles, he has like 15 drops in
Yeah,
those 2
dude.
games, including that touchdown on I think it was 3rd down, which
Hmm.
would have scored on that guy's we're never gonna name that guy, and I just want to say that guy on the amazing play on special teams. That was a 3rd down touchdown that he dropped. And it seemed like he was I don't know if he was mad at himself or if he was mad at Dak for not leading him better. I think he was mad at himself, I think. I do
He
not
has
know.
to be. You have to be
Yeah,
mad at
because it
yourself
hit him
if
in the
you.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was really he was a frustrated, rightfully so, but yeah, S Pickens has been the best receiver on this team and probably the best receiver in the NFC East, right? He's been better than AJ Brown,
Yeah.
and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not gonna there's nobody on Washington or the Giants that holds a candle to them. So, yeah.
He's been one of the best receivers in football in general. I think. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm not saying he is the best, but like he's in like this year as a standalone year. He's probably like kind of played like a top five receiver. Um,
He's at
he's very
1,000 yards now, 1,054, 8 touchdowns.
yeah. I mean, the only people who's probably really outplayed him this year, I would say, is like JSN. Jamar Chase has had a handful of really big games.
And
Um,
Puka.
and Puka.
That's probably it. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
list. Yeah, he's been great. For
Yeah.
The Eagles, that's I mean, they got out to a 21-0 lead, and their offense was grooving. AJ Brown looked really good at the start, and I mean, like
Uh-huh.
he played really well. The I don't know what's happened to this Eagles team, and I already we've talked about this again a lot, where it feels like they just are gonna waltz their way into the Super Bowl somehow. It's gonna be difficult, but we
I
feel like
know.
they're the brand of football. I don't know the the Lane Johnson injury
Yeah.
how serious that is. It's a Liz Frank injury is what they're saying, and those can be
Yeah.
very serious. I know, especially for big men. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, in basketball, I know that's what I think kept KD out for a year. It's different for football because of the movements and stuff, but that's going to probably be the rest of the regular season, or at least 2 or 3 more weeks. So we're looking into mid-December, late December comeback. Of course, we've talked about Jurgens not being in there, or whoever the other offensive lineman that's out is. I think it was
Yeah.
Jurgens. Um, but the offense, the EPA per play without Lane Johnson is just, it just is a total like downslope. And I mean, maybe he's their MVP, which is insane. But he's I mean, he's probably a Hall of Famer as much as we think he cheats on getting off the ball quicker. He's the original. Uh, what's the Chiefs guy? Uh,
Juwan Taylor.
Juwan Taylor. Yeah. Wow, I can't believe I can't think of my arch nemesis. But I there's something going on. But
Yeah.
their offense, I know they scored 21 and it was 21 really quickly. They were up 14-0 in the first, and it looked like it was a breeze through win, but yeah, 14 points in the first half, 0 the rest of the game. That follows a game against the Lions in which they struggled to score the football. It follows a game against the Packers where what was
Uh-huh.
it, 10 points won the game, or 12, whatever it was, 12 points won the game. We're now in a slog, 3 straight games of where, and it's been a season long though. I know they're 8-3. They've had this season before. It was 2 years ago where they got first round bounced, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
This is not like last season where they kind of hit their stride at the right time. We even look to I'm just looking at their scores throughout the season. They got obliterated on October 9th by the Giants in Dart's first start. It was 34-17.
And they lost to
And
Denver the very next week.
the week before.
Or the week
Yeah.
before.
Because I remember I bet a lot of money on them because I was like, "Oh, it's his first start. They're gonna bounce back." Yeah, no, they did not bounce back. They barely beat the Vikings by 6. It's just like this is not a team that embodes confidence. You know,
No.
it's not a team that I'm like thinking, yeah, we're good. So I don't know. I don't know what to think. I really don't. I'm kind of all over the place with the Eagles because I know they have talent, but where are you with them?
Yeah, I mean, top to bottom, I think they're pretty much hands down. I think the most talented roster across the board. I think they have a really really good defense. They have a great like they added what Jalen Phillips, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
Jalen Phillips. They added him as a pass rusher, and he's been phenomenal for him. They have Jalen Carter. Just that entire front seven is really good, and on the back end, they have DeJean, who's been playing really well this year. Reed
Yeah, he's great.
Blankenship, and then Quinyon Mitchell's like a top 5 corner in football this year. And their defense has not been the problem, but it's like on the offensive side, you have one of the best offensive lines as a
In
whole. And
football
I know
history?
like Lane, yeah, exactly. And I know like Lane Johnson's been out, but you have Saquon Barkley, who I find it hard to believe he's gotten washed this early. And after the season he had last year, I don't think it's a wash thing. And then you have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, who are both like number 1 wide receivers. It's kind of insane to me. I mean, like if you're telling me that like that's a team, it's like, okay, how does this team lose a single game? And again, I don't think Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback, but I don't think he's a good one. I think he's a game manager at the very best, and I would not count on him to really do anything spectacular to win you very many games. But I also think he has this talent to not do a lot of dumb things that lose you games. So, and then also, I know Sirianni won a Super Bowl, and I think he's a fine coach. Everyone's, oh, he's the most winningest coach. Yeah, dude, I'm sure most people most NFL caliber coaches would probably win a lot of games with this roster. Like, it's comical how good
Yeah,
they are.
like I can't. I'm not a guy that can command a room of men like that, like NFL men. I don't think.
Yeah,
Maybe I
yeah.
could. Maybe I could. Maybe I would be able to. I don't know. Put me in front of them. But
See
if
what
you said,
happens.
"Hey," you said Sterling, go on a sideline and coach this team. You're not the play caller. You're literally just making decisions based off the analytic department of whether to go
Mhm.
or not go for it. And you have a play that's 99% good, right? At fourth
Yeah.
and 1. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
I'd be pretty successful with this team. I think most human beings would that have any semblance of knowledge about the game of football.
Mhm.
Now, that's probably giving myself too much credit. Maybe I'm saying it's easy. Maybe it's easier than I'm saying, but I do believe that he's a fine coach. It's not like he's a bad coach. I don't think he's. I think he's a. I think him and Jalen Hurts are a match made in heaven. And when it comes down to it, it's same with Dabo Sweeney and Trevor Lawrence. I think they're both fine. I don't
Yeah.
think they're special. I think it's. I think it's very mediocre. And obviously, Trevor Lawrence is great in college, and so is Dabo Sweeney. But it's like the idea of it all is.
Mhm.
Yeah. There has to be a weak spot because this team, when it comes to roster building, has 0 weak points, right?
Yeah, and I
Here
mean,
in
again,
theory. So what is
I
a
know
weak spot?
Sirianni won the previous 2 weeks against the Lions and the Packers. Uh, his end of game 4th down, going for it on your own, like, he's legit almost cost them those 2 games, and it's like, dude, like, just punt the ball. The Packers scored 10 points all
I mean,
game.
great. Our favorite Italian, Sirianni's honestly a family member of Sirianni. Ooh,
Yeah, I
Siri
was
just
gonna say,
took
he's holding
control.
water for him.
Siri just took control of my controls because I said that. Greg has not even been he hasn't even been holding water, exactly, and you know when the family turns on itself, what happens? A new boss
Mhm.
comes into town, so we might wanna choose our sides
Yeah, right.
accordingly, but, no, it's and the Hurts discussion, the Super Bowl really is gonna shield him from a lot of the, criticism, and because the thing is he's not Trent Dilfer, like and
Mhm.
he has played better than Mahomes in 2 Super Bowls, and that cannot go without, that is real, that's a real thing. He was the
Yeah.
better quarterback at 2 Super Bowls against the best quarterback of this era, but his complete body of work, it's like, who would be bad with this roster and this offensive line and this running game? And the play calling isn't bad. I mean, you mentioned 2 fourth downs, but overall, like, it feels like there's open people usually, and he has a lot of time, and if not,
Mhm.
they have, you know,
Yeah.
a running
There's
back
yeah.
that got 7 yards of carry last year, it felt, and broke off 50-yard carries every 10 carries. It was, like, insane. Like, he had big in the playoffs especially, but it's like, where do we rank him? Is he the 10th, 12th, 15th, 20th best quarterback? Is he the 8th? I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think, like, just off the top of my head. I don't think he's. I don't know where he is. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to him because I think coming into the season there was clearly a quarterback disparity issue in the NFC versus AFC where everybody's like the AFC has Mahomes, Allen, Lamar,
Mhm.
Burrow, Herbert. You drop it down, but
Yeah.
the NFC it was like, okay, well, you have to give Hurts the nod as the best quarterback in the NFC because they won the
Mhm.
Super Bowl.
And then
And
you
then it's
got
like probably
Stafford.
Stafford. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
Stafford, Love,
Goff.
um, yeah, Goff and Jaden Daniels was
Yeah.
usually ranked number 2 in that or 3 was Stafford.
Crazy.
And that's the thing. It's like, well, if we're really being serious, if we're doing the NFC right now, it's probably Stafford's 1. I
Yeah,
think that goes
Stafford's
without
definitely
saying.
one.
And then 2 is probably
Darnold?
either Darnold or Dak.
Dak. Oh, yeah, Dak. Dak
Uh,
has been really good this year.
yeah, he's good every year, and that's the
I
thing.
know.
Chip Kelly just got fired, by the way. We're going to talk about that game in a second. He just got fired. He was the highest paid offensive coordinator in football coming into this year. That's what the Raiders gave him the most money to be the offensive coordinator. He lasted, what is that, 12 games, 11 games for the Raiders?
Yeah. Yeah.
What a grift. Geno Smith, I mean, Chip Kelly should just give Pete Carroll 25% of that money just up front. Just say, thank you, Pete, for giving me that. Tom
Yeah.
Brady should get a chunk of that too. And while we're on it, Tom Brady today, did you see what he said?
No.
Okay, I can't repeat it. I'll just say that.
What'd he say?
He might have slipped up a little. He meant to say Dickerson, and he might have said, I mean, I could play it. I mean, it was on the national TV broadcast. I could play what he said. Let's see this. Here we go.
Just last in through Nicker. Skeeter speed. Man and Dickerson right there.
Uh-oh.
Dickerson right there.
Tommy. He started laughing when he said it. Uh-oh. I mean, I don't know. But I heard that. I was like, I was at my new bar. I said, anybody else hear that I host a podcast? I might have to play that clip. I said, show a hand. Should I play that? Everybody held their hand up. I was like, okay, I'll
fair
play
enough.
it. I said, everybody, are you guys going to subscribe to the YouTube?
Yeah.
No hands went up. Anyways, yeah. So that
the Eagles.
The Jalen Hurts conundrum is crazy because he's clearly good, but it's like I don't know where he would rank. And another thing Brady said is he's always like calm and collected, and he never like shows if he's frazzled, and that's fine. But Tom, and he's all that's a good quality. Tom, you showed emotion like no one else. You showed so much emotion. Like that's not that I wouldn't say that that's a great quality to have. I don't mind if my quarterback's mad and angry and like saying let's fucking go and shit like that because you were doing that and you're the GOAT. Mahomes does that and Manning was all the best quarterbacks show some emotion. Jalen Hurts is just aura farming.
Yeah,
like
I know he's weird, dude.
He does Instagram quotes. He does frat boy captions on his. When he's speaking to the media. It's my Instagram captions that I do as a joke, and he does that when he talks to reporters.
He's funny, dude. He's a weird guy. He's a strange cat.
Call me a rat. I chase cheddar.
I don't know. I don't know where I rank Jalen Hurts. I think he's fine. I think. I think he's okay. Doesn't I don't know. He doesn't really do much for me.
Yeah, if I was an Eagles fan, I'd be worried.
Well,
but I mean, they got
as
a Super Bowl.
As a Packers fan, let me put it this way: I am more than happy if Jalen Hurts gets extended for however long, and however much money they want to pay him. I would be happy as a Packers fan in the NFC, where the Eagles are usually one of the teams that you end up having to play in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I'd be cool with that. I'd be like, good, like you know what, keep him over here. I'm good. Pay him max contract, him. Eat up all of your cap space. That way you can't keep doing these BS trades and getting all these players and whatnot. So I would love to see that team.
He got a big deal. He's on a big deal.
Yeah, pay him more.
The game of the day, the biggest matchup of the day, did not disappoint either. Chiefs Colts, OT in Arrowhead. The Colts at one point were up 11 points, and in the fourth quarter, the Chiefs were down 11. Makes sense, right? If they were down up 11, down.
That
11.
math checks out.
Chiefs scored a touchdown, went for 2, got it. Needed to get a field goal, got it. Went to overtime. Colts 3 and out, or maybe first down and punted. Chiefs drove down, got the field goal. And for a second there, and actually for quite a while in that third quarter, I actually believe the Colts were about to give the death blow to the Chiefs season. I thought this was the end. And there was a 3rd down and 4, I think it was, where Daniel Jones, I think it was that play in the third quarter where Daniel Jones threw it into triple coverage and should have got the ball picked off. And it was not picked off, but I think it was 3rd down and 4, but it was not picked off, and they punted the ball, and the Chiefs didn't score on that resulting possession, but they got the ball, and then the next possession, the Colts clearly were scared to run their offense because of that pass by Daniel Jones. And on like a 3rd and 2, they ran with Jonathan Taylor. He got stuffed. And it was basically from that point forward, the Chiefs just sold out on the run. And they just said, okay, DJ, beat us. And he kind of metastasized into his form of a pumpkin. And that is kind of the prediction of what we had. Now, they did not cover this game. They didn't cover 3.5, the Chiefs, but they won the game. And it was not as easy as what we probably thought it would be, but
Yeah.
they won the most important game that they've played in the regular season in how many years? 4 years? Now, they have a really hard game coming up against the Cowboys, but this is what champions do. And I sound probably pretty sad because I obviously was like, kill him, get him, Colts. But no, I actually was not that sad because I'm not that sad because I actually thought that the Colts were going to win this game in the 3rd quarter. But as soon as I saw Daniel Jones make that throw, I was like, he needs to make probably 3 or 4 plays to win this game, to seal this deal.
Yeah.
Or Jonathan Taylor has to break through, and of course he did not. Taylor finished with 3.6 yards per carry. He had 16 carries. I don't know why he only had 16 rushes for 58 yards. Sorry, that's not enough. That's not enough for the guy that's running away with Offensive Player of the Year. Daniel Jones threw for 31 attempts, 19 for 31, 2 touchdowns. He was great at the start. He came out and it was scripted. I mean, it was scripted. The drives were scripted, and he was great in the scripted drives. And they took a big lead on them early. It was 14-9 at the half, and then it was 20-9 going into the 4th. And it really
Can I give
looked
you the fourth quarter stats here? The fourth quarter stats in overtime.
God. Yeah,
So,
I know they had like 15 plays total or something like that. Give it to me. Yeah, give me the plays.
The fourth quarter, or overtime and the fourth quarter, Daniel Jones was 3 of 9 for 17 yards. They failed to get a singular first down. A singular first down was not achieved in the entire fourth quarter and overtime. They had 4 drives. All 4 were 3-and-outs. Jonathan Taylor had 3 carries for 1 yard in the fourth quarter and overtime combined. 3 rushes for 1 net yard, 0 points, obviously. Now, on the flip side of that, the Chiefs had over 200 yards of offense. Mahomes himself accounted for 145 passing yards. They had, it doesn't have first downs on here, but 14 points. And I think they had like 13 first downs or something like that. They had an 87-yard game-tying drive that was capped off by the field goal. Absolutely absurd. You cannot have that kind of a meltdown when you're the Colts offense. 2 first downs might win that game. Like, actually, 2 first downs. That's it.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I was watching this, and it was 4th and 4 multiple times, and I'm like, you have to go for this. It was like 4th and 4 at midfield or on the 40-yard line, the Colts. And it's like, this is where you win the game. Put it away. Obviously, they did not have confidence, and you traded 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner. I get it. You're confident in your quarterback then.
You have to be. If you pushed
Like, you
all
have
the
to
chips
just
in
and
said,
this is
you know
where
what? This is the
you
year.
slay the dragon. Slay the dragon. Like, here's what's crazy. So the Chiefs won this by 3 points. And again, if I gave you these things, they had 2 turnovers, the Colts had none, which is a funny Chiefs win because this is a playoff game for the Chiefs, basically. That's how it works.
Same.
But then everything else skews so far heavily to the Chiefs that it's like, oh, okay, the 2 turnovers mean that the Colts probably stayed in the game. The Chiefs should have won the Chiefs should have like 42 points. They kicked field goals all day long because the Colts bended and did not break.
Yeah.
And so, by the way, so did the Chiefs, because the Chiefs I think they kicked like 3 red zone field goals. The Colts did. They should have probably went for it on a few of those 4th downs too. just for what it's worth.
Yeah.
You don't beat the Chiefs playing conservative. That's classic. Look how the Bills win in the regular season against them. They go for it on 4th and short. Here's the actual team stats. Total yards. And I'm just reading box scores here.
Yeah.
Total yards. Chiefs had 494 total yards, that's got to be close to the tops of the season. It's not, but it has to be close. The Colts had 255. Passing yards, Mahomes had 350. DJ had 180. Rushing yards, Jonathan Taylor's running away with Offensive Player of the Year. He had 70. The Colts had 74 rushing yards. He had 55, I think I said earlier. Kareem Hunt outrushed him. He had a 100-yard game. I think his first 100-yard game since he played for the Chiefs way back when, his first stint. It's been a long time.
In the initial part of their little dynasty.
Yeah. When he was the backup at the start, too.
Yeah.
First downs in the entire game, 33-10. Third down efficiency, these don't matter. 4th down efficiency, by the way. This was big because there was a big 4th down there that they converted on. 2 for 2. Total plays. I have not looked this up. The Chiefs ran 91 plays. That has to be the most this season.
Wow.
The Colts ran 50 plays. Okay.
Wow, 91 plays.
Yeah, the Chiefs punted 3 times. The Colts punted 6. Time of possession, 42 minutes for the Chiefs, 25 minutes for the Colts. I mean, and again, listen to this, though. The only reason the Colts actually had this close was in the red zone, the Chiefs were 1 for 6, scoring touchdowns.
Yeah.
But
okay, that is the most offensive plays ran in a game this year. The previous was 83.
Probably a wide margin, right? How many?
Yeah, it was 83 before.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean,
this year
might be the most ever. I don't know. People are running more plays now.
That's real.
Excuse me, Jesus Christ. I still have this cough, by the way. I thought I beat it. It came back for another round. It's like the kangaroos, dude. Rightfully named the kangaroo cough.
I know.
No, in the red zone, this is my real criticism. The Chiefs winning this is awesome for them and for their fans and for people that believe that they still have it. I'm not saying Mahomes is washed up. I'm not being that much of a jackass here. There is something off. And whether we find out about it in the offseason where it's like, yeah, he's playing with an injury, he's got his throws are off. They are not on the mark like they were. Because I'm saying, like, I watched Stafford in the first half of the Bucs game just now, and that's how Mahomes was all the time. Not even, I mean, I guess last year to an extent, but like throughout his career. And then this year, he's missing people 10 yards downfield, and especially 20, 30, 40 yards downfield where he would just drop it in a bucket. And I don't know what's happened. It's obviously age is a factor, but he's only 30 or 31. I don't know. But it's like there is something off about him, and we might find out it later. And Mahomes has missed very little time to injury. I think he missed those like 6 weeks when he dislocated his knee. Outside of that, he's a cyborg. Basically, he's legitimately the most durable QB. He gets a high ankle sprain, which causes people to miss like 4 weeks, and he plays the next week and he runs on it. So I don't know what they're injecting him with. It's I mean, Fauci. But for real, it's there has to be something wrong with him in terms of like his arm or something. I refuse to believe he's actually washed up.
Yeah,
like in terms of where his deep ball's just lost it. He's lost his deep ball.
Yeah.
And his accuracy is so down.
I agree. Like there's no way he's fallen off this quickly. I think part of it, I don't know how great his chemistry is with the wide receivers and stuff like that he has out there now. That could be a factor in it. Kelsey's not nearly as versatile as he used to be. And yeah, I mean, maybe him and Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy don't quite have that. I know exactly where you're going to be like he used to have with Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill and stuff like that. But no, I mean, this Chiefs team is good.
Fair.
I think this Chiefs team is good. I don't know how good they are, like actual, like in a serious sense. I don't know if this is a team that I just can't really picture them making a push for the Super Bowl this year. Like I just can't. They've had too
They're
many
so
bad games.
beatable.
What's that?
They're so beatable.
Yeah. And then the Colts
The
on the other
Cowboys might
side
beat
of
them
it,
next
like
week, dude.
the Colts, like, are they actually good or what? Like let's be
They're
like
fine.
serious here.
They're fine.
They're okay.
There's no dominant team right now because
Yeah.
this is the beauty of the league, right? You very
Mhm.
rarely get a Chiefs team just all coming up and there's all perfection there.
Yeah.
Like the Patriots, like with Brady, where that first run had that defense and then he just ends up being great at the start. Like,
Yeah.
and Bledsoe gets hurt. They might win a Super Bowl with Drew Bledsoe, but it's probably singular, right? Because he was a good quarterback with that
Yeah.
defense. But that's
Yeah.
probably a singular Super Bowl if they win one. Brady's obviously a special guy. The Colts had all these issues when they had Peyton Manning. They could never put it all together until they had that 1 year where they had the great defense. The Saints, all those years with Drew Brees, where he was constantly putting up those yards and those totals, they just couldn't put it all together. The Seahawks lucked into Russell Wilson being what he was. Matt
Mhm.
Flynn's not winning the Super Bowl, but they're getting to the playoffs probably with that defense. Et cetera, right? You go through the
Yeah.
history in the of modern day NFL. It's a perfect league. I mean, we have all these great defenses where we see the Texans beat the shit out of the Bills. That game was closer than the score was, where Davis Mills gets props for going like 18 for 35, right? He just doesn't turn the ball over, but he's like, wow, Davis Mills didn't play bad. He played pretty shitty, but they just
Yeah.
didn't turn the ball over. And the defense just absolutely kills Josh Allen. And the only problem is CJ Stroud isn't good. Or else we'd
Yeah.
be saying like, yeah, they should win the Super Bowl this year and last year and going forward. But Stroud is kind of not that great at quarterback. And the offensive line's not that good because to get an offensive line, you have to draft early in the draft or pay a lot of money. And you can't do both.
Yeah.
Or you have to sacrifice your defense because you had to pay your defensive line. So to build an NFL team, I'm speaking so much about like roster building that people probably already know, but it's a beauty of the league. Whereas in the NBA, if you draft two good players and you get lucky in a trade, you can make a dynasty pretty much. In MLB, there's no salary cap, and nobody wants to hear my takes on hockey, so I'm not going to give them. But that's kind of the thing where it's like the parody of this. The Broncos, if Bo Nix was actually really good,
Yeah.
right? That's the thing. If Bo Nix, the Vikings, if the Vikings would have actually been able to pull off that trade that I've talked about before to move up to the Pats pick and get Drake, that would be a disaster for the NFL. But
Yeah.
these things just don't happen much. The Chiefs were able to do this, where they were able to actually get Mahomes with that 10th pick and transition him into there where they were still a competitor. And Alex Smith was kind of on his way out, and he was a generational talent. And then they also were able to build that defense up with a rookie
Yeah.
contract QB, and he was just able to transition in there. And it's like Jalen Hurts, he was better than Carson. Actually, Carson Wentz was great, right? I don't want to disrespect Wentz, but he got hurt, and they were able to transition Hurts in there, and he was perfect for the offense to where they could spend on other things too. It's just the beauty of this league. It does actually, I cough and I'm like I'm getting emotional. It makes me a little emotional, honestly, because it's like this is the beauty of this. I never want this to go away. I love the parody. I obviously want the Patriots to always be great. You want the Packers to always be great, but it would suck if every year it's the same team just
Mhm.
dominating. They're able to buy the players. They're able to do like
Yeah.
it's good that we have this. It's
It's a
good.
true league of parity. And even beyond college football or any other sport, it's like the one true league of parity. And I absolutely love it. I think that's why so many fans love it because, again, there was probably, what, 10, 12 fan bases going into the season. Almost half the league going into the season is like, we could win a Super Bowl this year. Like that, like there was like probably half the team. And then now like we're more than halfway through the season and there's still probably 10 fan bases who are like realistically, and they're different, obviously. Like I'm sure probably Bengals fans going to the season are like, oh, we have a chance. No, you don't, not anymore. But
Bengals fans are very sad.
Yeah, and then there's like then there's teams like the Patriots where it's like you're like, okay, you know what, a playoff berth would be a success for this year, and now you're sitting at what, 9-2, 10-2, and it's like,
10
dude,
and 2.
10-2, and it's like, dude, we're gonna get a first round bye, and
I was saying I want 9 wins at least. 10 wins would be good. Now I'm like, we might win 14 games.
that's what I'm saying, and it's like, dude, how can you not just absolutely love this sport? And again, I feel so bad for these teams who have poor ownership and poor management, and like they're in this level of despair and letdown every single year. Like being a Jets fan or a Browns fan, it's like, dude, like how
Just
do
put the
you?
shield hat on. Just put the shield hat on.
Yeah,
Nothing else.
dude,
Just put the
just
shield hat.
the
Just love the
the
league.
yeah, man, it's tough. Yeah, just love the game, love the league.
Just start being a fan of NFL Europe. Like just the overseas games are your cup of tea,
Yeah, right.
you know. But no, I'm right there with you, dude. It's romantic. I mean,
Mhm.
there needs to be more smut books about this for how popular
I
the genre
know.
of book is. Like, just start writing football books. I know. Like that's just we should. You know what? Hey,
I
I might
know.
cut that. We, you want to be co-authors?
Yeah. Oh,
Um.
man. We're 50 minutes
Wow.
into this, almost 50 minutes into this, and I think we've only covered 2 games.
Good week of football.
It was a great week of football.
Yeah. I mean, we're starting these earlier for you, so we got this.
Yeah,
We can keep
I
going.
know.
Uh.
I just think it's
Let's move
funny we
forward.
just go on a football tangent of just how much we just love football.
We love the league.
Yeah.
Moving on, we'll do I guess Jaguars and Cardinals. Was Trevor Lawrence in a wig, or did you not follow? I know it was your birthday week, so I'm gonna give you a little.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a little bye if you didn't. I didn't know this when I plotted this. I didn't know you were actually gonna be busy. I thought you were gonna be able to do what we planned to do. But were you able to
Yeah.
cut his hair?
No, I was
I'm
not able
assuming
to
not.
cut his hair. Unfortunately, I did get a little bit sidetracked. But Trevor, just because you're out of my state, out of my city, you're not safe, brother. You
Not
are
out of
not
his
safe.
sight.
Yeah. No,
Well,
there's direct flights from here to Jacksonville. Don't you worry, Trevor.
the funny thing is they won the game and they covered, but it was no fault of his.
Dude.
He looks so he's starting to get the I guess is it Kirk Cousins face? Who's the guy that would throw the pick that would be like confused that he threw the pick? It was Kirk Cousins, right?
Yeah, that sounds like a Kirk Cousins type thing.
Daniel Jones had that too, by the way. But
Yeah. It's like the Eli Manning face.
Eli Manning, yeah. Which I don't want to ever compare him to Eli Manning because 2 Super Bowls and
Yeah.
we don't speak about those. Just put the Men in Black like thing where it's like, yeah, those didn't happen. Uh the that game was fun too, by the way. Went to OT. Jacoby Brissett, again, best ragdoll in football, gets absolutely clocked on the sidelines.
Such a big hit.
And he comes back in 2 plays later. I don't know what he takes to be healthy week to week. I need to know his regimen. Is he on the TB12 method? Like, does he just do Pilates and like, is he just flexible as shit? I need to learn that because I play tennis all the time and I get scared my Achilles is going to pop. I just am scared. I'm constantly living in fear that every time I do a step back and go forward that it's going to pop. I need to know what Jacoby's doing because he gets blasted 7 to 9 times a game. Maybe more. It feels like every time I watch, like my eyes creak over to that TV and it's like, yep, Jacoby just got blasted again. And he still gets up. He gets peeled himself. He doesn't even ask for help from the offensive line. He's like, I'll get myself up. And again, his stats are hilarious because they almost won this game. They're 3-8, the Cardinals, by the way. And they have Kyler Murray just chilling.
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett last week he had 50 completions almost and 400 yards. It wasn't a close 450 yards. This week he had 33 completions on 49 attempts, 317 yards. He's like they're just like Jacoby, just have fun out there. Go play
Yeah.
football.
Just let it rip, dude. Who cares?
He's Jameising. He's just Jameising it. But he's not turning the ball over like Jameis does, but he's
I know.
literally just having fun. It's amazing to watch. This is now turned into must-watch TV with
Besides the
Jacoby
massive hits
Brissett.
that he takes.
Yeah. Yeah, those
That's
are
really
fun.
not fun for him.
He wakes up in he's like literally sleeping in the full body massager. I don't know if he has a wife or a girlfriend or a significant other, but the thing is, she probably is fearful for his life, if so. He has to be. I would hope he's single because I would hate, or I hope his parents don't care about football or don't watch, because I would feel bad if I was watching him, if I was like part of his family or something, where I'm like every time he drops back, you're like, there might be a chance he doesn't get back up.
Dude, it's like, is there gonna be a hit that's so? If a player ever hits Jacoby Brissett so hard that he actually gets injured, I think that should be a penalty and probably a suspension, no matter what the hit looks like. Like, you know what, dude? You hit an indestructible player too aggressively. You had to have broken some rule or something. So 15 yards, 1 game suspension.
I would agree with that. You know, he has in his career the lowest career interception percentage.
Dude, he is a phenomenal backup quarterback.
Yeah. I like
He's
Jacoby.
literally
Honestly,
Is he
I've
the
said this
perfect? Is he
before.
the best backup quarterback of all time? Like, is he like the perfect prototype backup quarterback you could ever ask for?
I mean, we've
Doesn't get
talked about
hurt.
this. You don't really want backup quarterbacks to start more than like 4 or 5 games if there is a need for backups, right? You don't
Mm-hmm.
want Jake Browning to come in and like ruin his
Yeah.
legacy as being a good backup. Yeah, you want a guy to start if they need to, spot start 1, 2, 3, 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And he's great at it.
Mm-hmm.
He was part of the Wolf Pack with Brady and Garoppolo,
Yeah.
the Falcons Super Bowl. He was one of the 3
Yeah.
quarterbacks on that roster.
Uh,
His Wikipedia page, I'm looking at right now, it's him holding a baseball bat at like a softball game. It's not even him in pads playing quarterback.
That's a
Whoever did his
perfect backup.
Wikipedia page, that's hilarious. That's what you want. You either
Yeah.
want him with a clipboard or doing something non-football related. Shopping at like Target or something.
Yeah.
I like Jacoby Brissett. I really hope he my actual hope in the duration of this podcast is he becomes a co-host.
Dude, that'd be
That's my
amazing.
goal. I would love for Jacoby Brissett to be the co-host of this at some point.
Just chop it up, talking balls, Jacoby Brissett.
Dude, he's awesome. I actually love Jacoby. Like he's
Yeah.
he's the boy. He's the dog.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So they lost that game and we just praised him and he was a losing quarterback in that, which is the funny thing. But the
Yeah.
truth is we can't praise Trevor Lawrence when he has 3 picks. And they won this because of the defense, and they have a good defense, and special teams because they have good special teams. But a good quarterback they do not have. And I do not know what their pathway is, but they're 7-4. They have an inside track to the playoffs, and they are the team that everybody wants to play. If I was the Patriots, I'd be like, can we get the 2 seed to play the Jacksonville Jaguars in round 1?
No, like actually.
They're so bad. And yet they only sit what is it? Half a game back from the Colts for the NFC or the AFC South lead?
It's actually
Yeah.
insane, dude.
Yeah. I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback. It's time to start asking questions there. Moving on. I guess we just stay at no need to talk about Falcons Saints. Kirk Cousins, though, got the win. That's all I will say.
Yeah.
That's all. Moving on from that. We'll stay at the afternoon slate and then move on to the morning. Browns Raiders, Shador. And we did see officially. I'm sad we actually waited this long to get here because this is going to be a longer podcast than normal, but this is actually good. I think we're doing well. Dion did make his way there, and did Colorado win yesterday? Can you tell me this?
No, they got throttled by Arizona State.
Oh, okay. What was the score of that game?
I don't know.
42-17.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was pretty bad.
To fall to 3-8 on the season. Well, he flew from Colorado to Vegas. And he maybe took the bus. I don't know. Maybe that's what's his punishment for that. And then I had money on the Raiders today, and I was very confident the Raiders would win. And of course, we talked about just recently Chip Kelly got fired after this game.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm not mad that Shapiro got fired. I think he probably deserved it. I think you probably should fire your defensive coordinator too. Although they didn't give up many yards. It wasn't like the defense was the problem as much. But Shador, after the game, he was talking that shit. And, I mean, he was the first Browns starting QB to win his debut start since they became a franchise.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real stat.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. But Shador said after, imagine what a full offseason looks like. It gets dangerous.
But it's just win is crazy. It's amazing, you know, off of 1 week of practice, you know what I mean? This 1 week of practice. So imagine, you know, what a full offseason look like. It get dangerous. But it's just a 1 week of practice, so I'm just truly thankful, you know.
He
Who
said
do the
his
Browns play
stat.
next week?
You tell me. I'm just gonna give a stats while you look that up. He
Okay.
went 11 for 20 for 200 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He only got sacked once though, which is actually surprising. That's good by their offensive line and good by him. Do you know who they play? Do you have their schedule?
They play the 49ers next week. You got to let him start one more game.
Yeah, Stefanski was non-committal when asked who's going to start next week. And I also agree. Start him one more game and let
Let him play an actual competent
Yeah, because
NFL
I
team.
actually tweeted a full off season, and then in parentheses, and 17 games against the Raiders. I think you might be onto something. I mean, the Raiders actually stink, and I just want to say, I saw another stat from this game, and we're talking too much about this game because we should get on with it. But Myles Garrett had 3 sacks again today, so he has games of 5 sacks, 4 sacks, and 3 sacks. He's 6 sacks away from the record, I think, with 5 sacks away from the record with 6 games to go. Yeah, he's got 18 sacks. Sorry, he's at 18 sacks on the season. The NFL record is 22.5. So yeah, he needs 5 sacks in the last 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna get that.
There's a chance he gets that in the next game.
He's got 13. He really could. He has 13 sacks in the last 4 games.
That's just absurd.
He's legitimately. Wow, he's legitimately unreal. I'm just looking at him now. There's like highlights going on. Like, he's the best. I'm in awe. I'm in awe. And also, I do want to say this. I'm just trying to show some respect to Shador. He made one throw. It was a 50-yard bomb. That was a beautiful throw.
Yeah.
To I don't know who it was. But I'm watching the highlight right now. Huh?
Was it Jerry Jeudy?
I don't think so. It was in the first quarter. But another thing, Shador in his pregame interview, what he wants to show Cleveland fans, I'm who they've been looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. You know what? I like the cockiness. I don't think it's going to work out, but I think if they were not playing the Raiders did kick the Patriots' ass, so, you know, for what it's worth.
Yeah, but the Raiders season has completely derailed. I'm happy for him. I think it's hilarious. I love that he's like just talking shit just openly, like like you know what?
Powers.
I'm the man. You know, I'm the guy you've all been waiting for in Cleveland. I'm gonna save this franchise. You give me a full off season, we might not lose a game. I absolutely love it. I think it's the funniest thing ever.
I'm serious. Like, the funny thing is, I gave you this take earlier today, and I'm gonna probably clip this out for TikTok just for what it's worth. So get ready. Make yourself look like a hunk. I mean, it doesn't take much for you to do, but like make yourself look hunkish. He's basically Shador Sanders is basically acting like Kenny Powers, pregame and postgame, where he's like, "Yeah, I'm that guy. Let me play football. We won't lose. Let me start the game. Dylan Gabriel played the start against the Ravens. That's why we lost. It wasn't my fault. And you saw what I could do against the Raiders. Watch me play teams like, like the Dolphins, like the Bengals.
The Titans?
Yeah. Like Tennessee. Good luck. Good luck to those teams. Let Dylan start against teams, like the Chiefs, Maybe the 49ers next week. Dylan could take that one. He could take the Rams if we play the Rams.
He's got the Bills
Colts,
game too.
He could take that. He could take that game. He could take Philly. I'll start the game against the Commanders if Mariota's played. I'll take the Giants as long as it's Russell Wilson. But if it's Jameis, Gabriel, if it's Dard, we could coin flip.
Give me the Jets.
Then, let me have the Jets. I'll take the Jets. But the funny thing is, we have a second Kenny Powers. And it was Aaron Rodgers who ran around Soldier Field pre-game, just did a lap around Soldier Field, looked up at the cameras and the fans and just flipped them off and didn't even play today. That's a legit Kenny Powers move. There's a scene in Eastbound and Down where Kenny Powers is holding onto the fence when he comes into a game and just like he's wearing a white suit basically and he just flips off people when he comes in and he comes in to pitch. That's what Aaron Rodgers did.
Yeah.
He didn't play.
I love in the media press leading up to it too all week. They're like, oh, he had one quote. Somebody asked him if he still has any animosity towards Chicago. And he's like, no, I'm not in Green Bay anymore. So I'm kind of hoping, they can let bygones be bygones. And then before the game even starts, he's just walking out flipping people off. Yeah, double birding people.
He did a single bird because nobody knew if he could use his left hand. So he didn't do anything with his left arm. He just has his left arm at his waist the whole time, or in his pocket, and he's like with the right hand. He's there was a pitcher from the Braves who was the person that Kenny Powers was based on. You should look up his we're gonna off pod about him. Actually, I'm not gonna give you his quote, but a very, very infamous quote. I'm not gonna say funny.
What's it about? I think I know who you're talking about.
It's about New York.
Yeah.
He did not want to pitch in New York. He did not want to play for New York. But that's how I see Aaron Rodgers moving in about a year and a half. He's gonna be doing debates on TikTok or something like that.
I love that. That'd be funny. Aaron Rodgers, the alt-right pipeline.
Yeah, he's gonna be. Well, I mean, he's already deeply in there. He's integrated himself.
No, but his own podcast.
Oh, he's gonna have a podcast, dude. It's gonna be the AR-15 podcast or something.
Instead of the Joe Rogan experience, is the Aaron Rodgers experience.
Yeah, he's gonna have that. Joe Rogan might be a co-host for the first year of it. He might just give Joe Rogan his entire earnings from this year with the Steelers to be his co-host. That might be what this year is for. Or his entirety of his post Green Bay career is just to try to hire somebody famous to be the co-host for a time. I love this.
I like that.
The Steelers lost today by 3 to the Bears. So the Bears win again. They're on a 6-game winning streak. Been a lot. Mason Rudolph
wins.
Yeah. Not an impressive win against Mason Rudolph, and Caleb Williams had an insanely bad fumble 6, but they got the job done, and he didn't play as bad as that play indicates. That was a horrific play, but he's actually shown something this year that I do give credit to for what it's worth. He's been more composed. He's showing poise. He's found open guys. I think he's actually starting to work within the Ben Johnson system a lot better than I thought it was going to happen. I really did believe he was probably going to be benched at the end of the season. It's looking like he's actually becoming a serviceable, good quarterback in this league, and it's probably better than serviceable. He's starting to become at the top end of the 50% tier, right? It's like he's a top half of the league guy, which is probably very optimistic for the Bears, where they, after last season and kind of the first few weeks of this season, it was very worrisome. But yeah, I have not really anything that bad to say about in this game. It was Mason Rudolph. The real concern here was the defense and how badly it played against Mason Rudolph in a game where you kind of prepared against him. I don't think people really should have expected Aaron Rodgers to play. Yeah. He has a fractured wrist. He kept saying he was going to come back from a torn Achilles 6 weeks after he tore it, and he never played again. I'm not expecting Aaron Rodgers to play next week either, just for what it's worth. I think he might play 2 weeks from now, but We had to be on it. Like, he literally tore his Achilles week 1 of 2023 or whatever. Like 5 weeks later, he's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna play football." My doctors didn't clear me, but those doctors don't know what they're talking about. I'm ready to play. And then the Jets were like, "Can you get hit? If your Achilles, what happens if it like shatters? Will you need an amputation?" And then he's like, "Nah, I'm good." And then they talked to the doctors. They're like, "Yeah, he'll get gangrene and he will actually need his leg cut off from the top, from the very top, not from the lower
hip down.
Yeah, from the pelvic bone."
Yeah. No, this game, Caleb he's shown flashes, and he's had, he's kind of putting together a little bit better of a season this year. My opinion, jury's still out on him. I need to see him do it against a little bit of a better defense, a better opponent. They've won a lot of really close games against a lot of like what I consider to be pretty bad teams, to be honest. So I would like to see what the Bears can do against a little bit of a better competition. Then I'm curious to see how Caleb looks. But yeah, he was good today. Yeah, he was fine.
Oops. Yeah, no, that's kind of it. I just want to see him play against better teams too.
Mm-hmm.
They have a pretty easy schedule, but they call Drake May the big schedule. Speaking of Drake May, a little sweat today, and I doubled down during the game. I put a little chunk on them to win live because they were down 10-0 against the Bengals, and I was a little nervous. He threw a pick six. He was off a bit at the start, and he got back on, and he had I would say this is about as bad a game as he can have, and he still was, 22 for 35, almost 300 yards, a touchdown and a pick. The real concern for the Pats, and they won 26-20. The real concern for them is their left side of the offensive line got hurt.
Yeah.
I read right before we started this podcast, and the reason I waited so long to talk about this is because it's not Armageddon in my household tonight. Is I guess Will Campbell's injury is probably like a grade 2 MCL strain and not an ACL tear, is what's being reported. It has not been official, but that's kind of, and Drake May said it at the podium saying like, "Oh, we expect them back this year. Hopefully they can contribute again." I don't think he'd say that if they were like, "Yeah, he's fucked,"
Yeah.
And the other guy, Justin Wilson, their left guard, who's their 3rd round pick from Georgia or from Arkansas. Arkansas? I don't know. He's been really good, so I should know this. He's also supposed to be back. That didn't look like it was as serious, but that's really good news because if they lost their full left side of their offensive line, when the offensive line is already not great, but it's been a lot better than last year, it would have been it would have ended the Super Bowl hope, even though that's, unrealistic, but I'm letting myself believe just a little, and I should not let myself believe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah. I mean, we're 10-2.
Yeah.
So it's impossible not to. But this game was about as bad as he could play and the offense could play. They had 12 plays in from the 1-yard line, and they didn't score a touchdown. They got 3 points out of those 2 series because they got a PI on one of the plays, so they got a full new set. Hunter Henry was a bright spot, 7 catches, 115 yards. But yeah, the Bengals had a chance to win the game. They were on like the 30-yard line, and they converted Flacco, who dislocated a finger. He's a Jacoby Brissett also. Like he gets the shit beat out of him, and he's in his 40s. Jacoby Brissett's 32, so he needs some toughness grades here too, because he got a dislocated finger, missed 1 play, got that pop back in, came back in, threw a touchdown like 2 plays later. Did not high five anybody with that hand because it was clearly bothering him. He has an AC joint sprain where he's wearing like a push-up bra, pretty much, like thing on his body to where nobody can really mess with his shoulder. Joe Burrow's over there saying, "Yeah, I'm sore from practice this week, but my toe feels good." It's like, okay, Joe, how about you talk to the other Joe about how he feels every fucking time he takes a snap? His back hurts. He's probably got infections all over his body. He's got a gray beard. He's old. He's an old man. Joe Flacco's older than our compadre Greg.
It's true.
He's getting blast. He got hit so hard a few of those plays too, where he's just getting hit the shit out of by 22-year-old 6'5", 280-pound guys. So I don't want to hear Joe Burrow complain about being sore in practice. He should have said, "I feel amazing. I should be playing this game. It's a shame my doctors didn't clear me." That's what he should have said. Instead, he's like, "No, we'll see when they clear me. I'm happy to get back out there with the fellas."
Yeah.
Well, you'll get back out there someday, Joe. But they're 3-8 now. So I mean, hope someday next week maybe. Well, who do they play next week? Is he gonna get out there against a terrible team? Oh, you know what? They go Ravens, Bills, Ravens, Dolphins, Cardinals, Browns. So maybe you can win out, but that's not a freebies by any stretch.
I'm going out against the Dolphins or the Cardinals. That's where, if I'm Joe Burrow, that's where I'm coming back.
Last 3 weeks of the season? Yeah, I know. I do the last 3 weeks. I said, Toad's acting up, coach. And I told the media, I don't know why they ain't playing me. I told Zach Taylor, I don't feel 100%. I feel 1,000%. Yeah. I should be playing, and they continue to sit me out. This is blasphemic. It's a joke. And in fact, I want his head on a pike.
Yeah. I need a new coach.
Yeah. Can we go, where is Brian Kelly at?
Ed Orgeron.
Get Ed Orgeron in the building. I want my entire staff to be only LSU former guys. I want Orgeron, Les Miles, and Brian Kelly here immediately, and Saban, by the way. Bring Saban in too. He should do that. Get him in. But yeah, so the Pats won 10-2. I mean, from a 1-2 start to 10-2 is unbelievable. And they play the Giants next week, and no more Jameis. And you see what I'm doing here is I'm transitioning into the Lions-Giants, but that is the game where they're probably going to Jackson Dart next week. And I don't think the Giants should play Jackson Dart anymore because Jameis Winston is magical. Again, if people are listening still at this point, great, thank you. But I had probably what is a winning bet, but also the funniest bet I've ever placed. It was a 5-leg 13-point tease where, yeah, it hit. It had a lot of money on it too, which was a really funny thing. I actually started getting worried, by the way, on the last leg, the Eagles, when that game got tied. I started to sweat that just a little bit. But I want to say, like, the 5 legs were Seahawks to win, Ravens to win, Chiefs plus 9.5, Eagles plus 9.5, and the Lions to win. It was plus 2.5 because that line moved up at the end, but let's just say Lions to win. In this game, I honestly thought that this was going to be what lost it. And if you look at the box score, Jameis, he 50% completion percentage. Not great. But then if you watch the game, 2 things stand out. It's Jameis Winston and Jahmyr Gibbs. And that's really it. I mean, I don't know what stands out more. It's Jameis Winston having 366 yards on 18 completions and a receiving touchdown where if you watch the highlight, that's probably the play of the year. I mean, he stiff-armed a guy and juked him in the same play, basically, where he's covered. He tells the trick play, Gunnar Olszewski, former Patriots great, and Pittsburgh great, I'm open. You're not open. You have a guy on you. But the guy throws it anyways, which he probably should not have thrown that ball. Jameis catches it. Instead of getting blasted, he jukes out and then stiff arms him, scores a touchdown.
Unreal, dude.
What?
He looked like a wide receiver. The way he was moving with the ball. I'm like, who's number 19 on the Giants? Who's that receiver?
I saw that and I was like, you got to be kidding me, because that was like a third down play. I was like, what? And then it was Jameis, and I had a hat on. I threw my hat off. I threw my hat off. And then there's multiple 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 17s, 3rd and 12s. And it's what Jameis is doing is just, there was the 3rd and 17, he literally threw a ball 150 feet in the air. And somehow the Giant caught the ball. They don't have receivers on this team. It's Wan'Dale Robinson and guys. That's what it is. Wan'Dale Robinson's a serviceable guy, but it's Yeah, Theo Johnson was the second leading receiver. Isaiah Hodgins, he's a guy, but he's not a guy.
Yeah.
Tyron Tracy was the third leading receiver. Jameis Winston was the fourth guy on this.
Absurd, dude.
Darius Slayton, by the way, still in this league, I guess. He was the fifth guy. Yeah. So I can't believe I say we because I had the lines on this. If I bet on you, you're we. The Chiefs were we today. But the Giants won this. Or the Giants did not win this because Jahmyr Gibbs, who said enough BS. He had
Give me the
15
ball.
carries, 219 yards. That's a 14.6 average if you want to do division. I did it in my head, but if you don't trust me, do it on your calculator.
Hey, I trust you.
15 for 219, just do 2 touchdowns. He had 11 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. So he had 69 yards, 264 yards. I mean, when we're talking best running backs in football, I think it is CMC and Gibbs. And I think then there's a little drop off and it's Taylor and probably Bijan. And I don't know where I put anybody else.
Saquon
probably isn't that. And that's probably the top 5. That's there's no one because I don't think Gibbs or CMC is better than one another. I think they're the same. They do different things. I think CMC is a better blocker. I think Gibbs is better in the open field. He's faster. And in the open field, Gibbs is the best player in football.
Yeah.
He makes people miss that. I would think about putting him on punt returns, kick returns. Realistically, I know you don't want to do that with like your star player, but with what he does in the open field, it's kind of little league-ish.
You just want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Yeah. You see this, and it's unbelievable. He had 3 breakaway runs. 2 of them were touchdowns, where he made like 3 or 4 guys miss. And when he makes people miss, it's not that he makes a miss and then goes out of bounds. He makes a miss, he goes back to midfield, he makes another guy miss, and he goes up. I don't know how many tackles he had or how many tackles he avoided or yards after contact or yards after first touch, things like that, but it had to have been near a record today. It had to have been a near record. I mean,
absurd.
And watch out, Jonathan Taylor. You got a guy on your back now for
I know.
Offensive Player of the Year. You have anything to say about this outside of Jameis is just hilarious and amazing to watch?
No, I mean, no, not really. It's kind of absurd what he's doing with such a not good roster. He's just going out there and he's really just balling. He's treating it like little league football. He's like, we're just out here to have fun, man. I'm just here to throw the ball, catch the ball, whatever you need me to do. We're just gonna get it done. We're gonna be competitive. And in the 2 games that he's played, that's like some of the best football the Giants have played all year, considering the company that they have or the talent that they have available to them right now. So pretty insane.
My take is, and again, this could be a TikTok. I don't know. But I think that they when they decided that we're going to go with Jameis instead of Russell Wilson, I don't think it was a coach's decision. I think it came from upstairs. They're like, we cannot start Russell Wilson anymore. We need to go with Jameis. They evaluated the fact that Brian Daboll might not survive that. Because if you're a fan of the Giants, if you bet against the Giants or bet for the Giants, any of these things, your heart's racing.
Mm-hmm.
Your blood pressure is through the roof. If you coach them, how do you think that makes you feel? Brian Daboll is an animated coach. There was a chance he wasn't going to survive these last 2 games, especially today. There was a good chance he would have been on death's door. So I think the Giants were trying to do him a service, saying, we're going to be bringing Jameis in. And Brian, it's been great to have you around, but we care about your health and your family having a father, a brother, a husband, and an uncle, and grandchild, a son, all these things. We want you to stay around for a long time, so we're going to have to relieve you of your duties. We do not want you dying on the sideline coaching Jameis Winston.
Yeah, you're not tied to this franchise anymore, so don't even tune in. Don't think about what Jameis is doing out there, because he's going to do some crazy stuff, and if you're thinking about it, it may upset you. It may excite you. We don't know.
Jameis kills people on accident. It's
But
not even
also
manslaughter though. It's literally he. I don't think you could sue. You can't sue him. You could sue the Giants for putting him on your TV.
for
You could
wrongful
sue,
death.
yeah, the Giants, not him.
Yeah, the Giants.
You're trying to put him as part of the suit to get as much money as possible. The families will, but he's not going to give you any money because he will get himself out of that suit. He's just putting on the pads and playing the football he wants to play.
I guess the only thing to that is like this Giants team going into last week and going into today, you're like, we're about to get throttled pretty bad. Like we're gonna get killed. Is it? I'm curious because again, I've never in my adult life the Packers have always been competitive and relevant, and we've never been in a situation where it's like, oh, we're actually in a game. This is kind of like bonus football. Is that like a thought process for, a fan base where it's kind of in despair, where it's like, yeah, this season's lost. These games don't matter. Do you want to lose? Like, are you happy you're losing and that like looking competitive? Is Jameis like, I don't know.
Well,
It's like bonus football.
So the Giants are 2-10 right now, and they play
Mhm.
next week on Monday Night Football at New England. Okay. Now, would you rather? And this is a serious question of what you would rather do. Would you rather have Jameis start next week on Monday night against New England, where he actually gives you a chance to win every game because of how unreal he is? I don't think they're ever going to win a game with him because he still makes those fuck up throws. I mean, just like he does, and he fumbles. That end of the Packers game shows you that. But or do you just want to lose to get a draft pick? That's what you have to ask.
Yeah.
And I think that you probably should go with Jameis because you probably will lose either way, and you want to protect Dart's health because he needs to learn how to play football differently. I think he's earned a chance to be the quarterback next year. But he runs head on into people too often to where he is going to not be long in the tooth for the league if he keeps doing that. So I'd probably go Jameis against the Pats next week, but I can understand why they'd want to go Dart just to make sure they have something, but he doesn't have talent around him to where it's like, you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, to answer your question, I've had, when they were doing the Mac Jones versus Zappy thing, basically is what you're saying. I was rather saying do Mac Jones the whole time to make sure he sucks before you move off him.
Yeah.
It's Jackson Dart's first year. You're not going to move off him, but you're also 2-10. So what's the point of starting him? Now, maybe you just do Russell Wilson, but that would just piss off the fans because then you're throwing games pretty much because Russell Wilson's not better than Jameis, and then you're not even trying to look at what your rookie quarterback is.
Yeah.
So, but realistically, I would go Russell Wilson if I'm doing that because I'm trying to lose games to get a draft pick.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to win now. You want the first pick, so then you could either draft first overall or trade back for assets for a team that wants a QB at first. So
that's true.
That's what I do. Now, they aren't going to do that because football fans are irrational, and if you put Russell Wilson back in there, I mean, you could kind of coax it by saying like, oh, Winston hurt his throwing shoulder at practice, and we're going to shut down Dart for
the rest
for
of
something. He's like he's sick, this week or something, and you could try to keep going through it. And
well, I mean, he's been in concussion protocol 4 times. You could say player safety. He just needs the rest of the year. He's not recovering like how we thought.
But I just don't see that happening. I think they're going to go Jameis. Maybe they bring Jackson Dart back one more time. I would not try to do that again. The Pats defense is pretty good. So I probably would go Jameis again. Just they hit the shit out of Flacco. I don't think that you want your rookie quarterback just getting blasted again and again. But who am I? We'll see. I think that's a good question though, because you got to explore that. Vikings, Packers, your team.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful job today. I mean, Jordan Love, he did not do anything for 15 for 21, 139. He did not have to do anything because 9 did everything. I did not watch enough of this game. The highlights I saw were J.J. McCarthy throwing picks, missing guys, Emmanuel Wilson running the ball. By the way, good game by him. Really good game. And we kind of talked about J.J. McCarthy. The story of this game is J.J. McCarthy more than anything else.
Yeah.
That's going to be a panic button is being hit right now in Minnesota that they obviously got off Darnold for this guy, and he looks like he is actually the worst starting quarterback in football. It doesn't look like there's hope. The only time they look good at all is when teams are playing prevent defense at the end of halves or at the end of games or the first 10 plays that it's scripted.
Yeah.
The other 55-ish minutes of game, he looks like he does not know what he's doing. He looks incompetent. I don't think he's had more than one good throw out of 5. Like, I think it's 1 out of 5 good plays. I think it's literally a 20% success rate, kind of. He's the worst quarterback in football to where, yeah, there's just no positives for him. This is a disaster. It's time to move on right away. This is worse than Josh Rosen. This is worse than any of those types of things. It's worse than Jamarcus Russell. Like, this is like, you need to break the glass and get off of this.
Yeah, 100%. He's not good, not at all. He doesn't do anything good. Had multiple opportunities today to take, one-on-one coverage deep shots, which I think those are never a bad throw. Like when you have Addison and Jefferson and those kind of guys as like your perimeter players, if you're getting one-on-one coverage on a deep post or a go route, you have to take the shot. And he just didn't. He just didn't do it at all. And he held the ball way too long. He got sacked a billion times, not because there's nothing open or not because the Packers were getting to him instantly. He would pat the ball way too long, and it's like, dude, you have to have a clock where it's like, get rid of it. And he just won it. Like, and there was time he almost got a safety on one of them too, where he avoided one of the sacks and he rolled out. And there's a guy coming. It's like, dude, how do you not see this guy right in your face? And then you just take a sack inside the 1 yard line. It's pretty insane the way he's playing and how bad he's playing. I can't imagine what Kevin O'Connell saw from him last year that made him think, we can keep this guy or whatnot. Because again, his biggest knock all of college is this guy doesn't throw. He hands the ball off. That's all he does. And you draft him to a team where it's like, you have insanely good perimeter players. You need a quarterback who can throw the rock all over the field. And he's like the last guy that you think would do that. And we're right. It's kind of crazy. So,
I mean, I was optimistic about him, but I'm wrong. I was clearly wrong. I'm ready. It's not that you weren't wrong. You were just right early. It was like, yeah, I was wrong. He's bad. Funny thing is, there were signs of this. He was drafted early because he was a 5-star recruit that can run. He's fast.
Yeah.
And the intangibles were there. The intangibles mean he's a good white quarterback, basically. That's really what it means. He has a good head on his
He won a high
shoulder.
school state championship, and he won a.
He won a lot of games.
Yeah, he won a lot.
Yeah, because his rosters were stacked, and it also means what I said. He's just he's a talented white guy.
That too.
But it's like, oh, cool. There's a lot of those. Harbaugh, right? When Jim Harbaugh won the championship, and then he came into the NFL, he should have traded Herbert and got McCarthy, right? If he really loved JJ McCarthy the way that he said. He could have reset the quarterback clock. He could have gotten more capital for him. He didn't. That says all you need to know. But also on top of that, I think JJ McCarthy needs to give at least 25% of his contract to Connor Stallions. At least. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I think that's a fair number.
Disaster in Minnesota. Like, this is time. It's I don't know what you do here. This is also where you have to look at who's the backup there now. I don't even know who they got in there after Wentz got hurt, but I guess you just start him the rest of the year to see if he has anything in the tank. You had to keep McCarthy going, but you're not going to get anything for him. It's basically, this is now your backup for the next, and he's on a rookie contract, so whatever. That's a cheaper backup. I guess it's an affordable backup, but you're going into the quarterback, either signing a guy, trading for a guy, or drafting a guy.
Yeah.
That's for Green Bay. Good win. Took care of business. Defense looked good. You needed one of those games. Enough sweating.
finally covered a little bit of a larger spread. It was a 7-point spread or 6.5-point spread. Finally covered one. The offense wasn't anything exciting. They didn't really have to be. Jordan Love, I guess, was doubtful or questionable coming into this game. I didn't even know that. I guess he has a sprained or a separated shoulder AC joint on his left arm. I don't know how much of the game you watched, but he actually
Not much.
couldn't hand the ball off with his left hand. So when he would open up, he was opening up and he held the ball backwards with his right hand to hand it off. It looked very, very weird, but I guess his shoulder's pretty messed up. So not great. But again, he made a couple big third down throws, especially early in the game. I thought that LaFleur let him kind of throw the ball a little bit more on second and third down rather than just running the ball. And part of me thinks that that's really what opened up the run game for the rest of the game. Is like, okay, we'll hit him early with a couple drag routes, a couple digs, a couple, quick out routes, freeze the linebackers when the ball snapped, and it's like, all right, let's run the ball the rest of the game and then just take care of it. And that's what they did. Their defense was awesome, ton of sacks, special teams, they played well. Also, McManus kicked again, and he looked a lot better today than he had previously. So I hope this kind of helps him get a little bit of his swagger back. But yeah, no, it was a good win. Covered, finally.
Yeah. Last game, and then we're done. Unless you want to talk about anything else for 2 or 3 hours. Do you work this week? Because I know you're flying back in a little bit. Do you have anything
I'm
to
working tomorrow. That's it.
Yeah, working on doing some bets. Ravens, Jets. This is going to be very quick. 23-10. Ravens win. Something's wrong with Lamar. Something is actually wrong with Lamar. I said something might be wrong with Mahomes injury-wise, and it might come out at the end of the season. We know Lamar's hurt because he missed a lot of time this year, but, I mean, he was 13 for 23 with 150 yards today. He's not moving well.
It's a Justin Fields stat line.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. It's 7 carries for 11 yards. What is going on with him? Because is he washed up? Like, is he done? Like, he's playing. We talk about we give him the benefit of the doubt because he's great. But like, yeah, they won. They did not cover. Did I say they covered? What was they had a 13.5-point line or 14.5 it closed at. They won by 13, so they did not cover 13.5 or 14.5, whatever it ended up closing at. They won by 13. Wow. They might win that division still. And that'll be it'll be good opportunity to bet against the Ravens because this is not a team that's a Super Bowl contender. I do think the AFC is so wide open because I don't think the Bills are any good. I don't think the Ravens are any good. The Chiefs have won this conference the last 4 years, and I really struggle to think that they can do it again with the way that the offense is moving and the defense. Teams shut down their leg when they play the Chiefs. It's going to take a team to have to like actually grab them by the balls and win it, but maybe there's not a team out there that will, but I do think that there is a team that can. It's I'll never forget the year. It might have been the first year the Chiefs won the Super. Yeah, it was the first year the Chiefs won the Super Bowl when in 2019, before the COVID year, right when COVID was starting, where they were down 21 or 24-0 to the Texans, and then they came back and they blew the Texans out. Actually, I think that if a team went up 24-0 on the Chiefs now, that team is killing the Chiefs. They don't have that moxie in them. So that's the difference. Whereas for the last like half decade, we thought the Chiefs were impenetrable, no lead was safe, et cetera, et cetera. This year, it's like most double-digit games are safe. The Colts obviously lost this today with a double-digit lead, but I'm saying in general, it feels kind of so. AFC's wide open. NFC a little less open, but still open too. And
all the teams with the best quarterbacks have really poor supporting casts, I think. And all the teams who have really, really good positional players and supporting casts, you don't necessarily trust their quarterback, like the Broncos, the Colts, and the Steelers.
We didn't talk Seahawks Titans. That's the last one.
Oh, yeah. That backdoor cover pissed me off.
Yeah, I mean,
I had
that's
some
the last
coin on
one.
that game.
Oh, Yeah, when that's the last one when we're talking about trusting quarterbacks. I mean,
Mhm.
Greg tried to come in when the Bengals almost beat the Patriots. He tried to text and talk some shit, and yeah, I might have reacted to him. I might have said something. I might have said some not so kind things to our co-host, but you know what? Bygones are bygones. Now, if they would have lost that game, bygones would not have been bygones. In fact, I might have committed uh, a felonious act on his house. And I would not have used toilet paper to do so. I would not have TP'd his house. It might have been a pipe bomb. I reacted with some words and then said the Seahawks looked really good against the Titans. The 1-9 Titans at the time. They won by 6, the same amount that the Patriots beat the Bengals by. But yeah, Seahawks dominate teams like this. JSN, enough said.
1,300 yards.
Burbeck went to this game, by the way. Our good friend Burbeck.
Really?
Yeah, he flew down to Nashville for this.
Nice.
It makes me question if he actually is banded up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is the game you went to? Bit of pricey ticket. I mean, feel like you can get sideline passes here for free. Feel like you could get on the feel like you could suit up for the Titans in this game. He's a big guy. He played football. He was a good football player.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the one you
He
picked?
should have, dude. He should have tried to suit up.
He should have just got on the field. He just, oh yeah, I'm on the Titans. Nobody will question you. Nobody knows any of those players. I'm gonna get. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna read you the everybody that had stats for Tennessee, just stats. Okay.
All right.
I want you to just tell me how many of these people you actually know. If you keep a running list in your head,
Okay.
there's everybody that recorded a statistic.
Okay.
Cameron Ward, Tony Pollard, Tyjae Spears, Julius Chestnut. Their leading receiver was Gunnar Helm, Shamir DK. I'm assuming is how you pronounce that. It's spelled not how it's pronounced. James Prochet II. Ooh. Chigoziem Okonuo. Xavier Restrepo. Van Jefferson. He's on the Titans. And now we're on the defense. Cedric Gray, Kevin Winston Jr., Jalen Amore Davis, Arden Key, Amani Hooker, Samuel Womack III, Cody Barton, Marcus Harris, Sebastian Joseph Day, Daryl Baker Jr., Jeffrey Simmons, Julius Chestnut. What? Jihad Ward. Huh? Mike Brown, Tavondre Sweat, Michael Robinson, James Williams, Mason Kinsey. And then you'll know these two, so add 2 more to your list. Joey Sly and Johnny Hecker.
With those last 2, that takes the total to 9.
Yeah.
9 players. And I think that I'm pretty well versed in the NFL world. I try to be, at least.
Yeah, I was about 9. I think I was a 8 or 9 too. I need to look into this Jihad Ward guy.
I did not know any of the receivers, for what it's worth. Any of the pass catchers. I was an offer on those guys.
Yeah, the pass catchers are bad, dude. I mean,
they got some crazy names too. That'd be a tough game to announce as a play-by-play guy. That would not be.
I knew Xavier Restrepo because he was the all-time leader in Miami history, but I only knew that because I listened to a Miami based podcast.
Gunnar Helm sounds familiar. That name.
No, you wouldn't know him unless you watch Texas football a lot. Oh, second team All SEC last year. Maybe you would know him.
Was he
He's
the
a
other
white guy.
receiver?
I mean, obviously he's a white guy. His name's Gunner.
Yeah.
Could you imagine meeting a black guy named Gunner? You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Huh? You're gonna be a country singer.
Yeah.
He was good at Texas his last year. 60 catches, 780 yards, 7 touchdowns. I bet he's best friends with Quinn Ewers.
What year did he graduate? What year is he drafted?
This year. 4th round. Yeah. This guy gets $5 million total with his 4th round pick. That's crazy to me. This guy's going to be I mean, I don't even know stats, but did he run a good? It's 4.84. I don't know. I feel like that's not that 6'5" though. He's tall. Okay, this guy might be good. He maybe convert him to a tight end. He's 6'5", 240, gained 25 pounds, 30 pounds.
Dude, you could be a tight end at 240.
Yeah,
Is
you probably
he?
want him to block low though, right?
He's listed as a tight end right now.
Oh yeah, he is. Okay, did I read this wrong? Yeah, he's a tight end.
He has 1 touchdown this year.
We're gonna bet his prop the rest of the year. Gunnar Helm, you're officially invited on Backseat Quarterbacks anytime you want. Standing invite. I hear he's a big fan.
Dude, we should hit up guys like this and be like, hey, you want to just do a guest appearance on
That's
the
it.
pod?
We should. You know what? Let's do that. That's my goal after Thanksgiving. We're gonna start just hitting up people like this,
I think that'd be a good idea.
featuring tight end extraordinaire Gunnar Helm. I love it. We were talking about getting the fucking worst quarterback in the history of football on this podcast. You know exactly what I'm talking about too. He played with your dumbass team for a long time.
Who?
Exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm not gonna say his name. He doesn't get spoken around here no more. The worst
Who's on the
QB in
Packers?
football. Yeah, he was the backup for a long time. He was the original reason for the name being backseat quarterbacks. He started like 6 games. I'm not saying his name. You know who I'm
Brent
talking about.
Huntley?
No, way worse. Not even close. It's way worse than him. And he's
Matt
got like
Flynn?
15 million. Way worse. You're talking big leagues there, buddy. This guy is so much worse than any of those people. Matt Flynn had like a game that people would kill for.
Kurt? The Kurt guy? The animal?
No. That guy's about as bad as it gets, but he's worse than him too.
Dude, who's the backup that we had he was bad? Like he was like not good at football?
He's the worst QB in the history of football.
Scott Tolzien? Oh, I know who you're talking about. He started games for the Jets 2 years ago when Aaron Rodgers was hurt.
Mm-hmm. He followed Rodgers around.
Yeah, dude, what is that guy's name?
Are you thinking about it? Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you want me to give it to you? I was getting his stats up. He's
Dude.
31 years old, by the way, right now, which is insane.
Yeah, I remember I've seen his like college stats and he was never good in college either.
No, he was awful in college. His record in college was 4-15. I have this up right now. He's 4-15 with 12 touchdowns and 26 picks.
How does this guy get into the NFL?
I don't know. Ready for him?
Yeah.
Tim Boyle.
Gosh dang it, dude.
He played for the Packers for 3 years, Lions for 2, Bears, Jets, practice squad for the Texans, Dolphins, Giants. He's on the Titans practice squad right now. How? Is this the coolest human being ever? Does he just talk about getting fucked up in the offseason and everybody's like, oh, we need this guy on the roster. This guy's fun. He knows all the party spots.
He must be an all-time like great vibes guy.
He's
like,
an associate with you know who.
With Greg's people.
Worse. You know who. He'll be out of the league in a T-minus a month.
Aaron?
When a certain dossier comes out. Tim, we're watching you. Tim Boyle, I mean, his NFL stats aren't much better than his college stats. But you look at his contract, his career earnings, it just will make you sick to your stomach too. His career NFL stats, he's 0-5 as a starter, 5 touchdowns, 13 picks. So
how do you have a negative touchdown to interception ratio? Like, or not negative, but like below 1 in college and still get a shot in the NFL?
Epstein?
Dude, he must have dirt on teams.
I mean, his career earnings, I'm looking them up right now. Career earnings through 2025, $8,225,000. Oh, God, that angers me so much, man.
That's great.
Oh. $8 million to do what he's done. You could put me in there, and I swear to God, I would not be worse. He's 0-5.
Yeah, a loss is a loss at the end of the day.
Yeah. There are no moral victories.
Yeah, if he had if he was 1-4, I would say he's won a game. He's won a game.
I'm
You
just
could
looking
put
at this.
me in
I'm
there at
just
quarterback, and I guarantee you we would lose. I would go 0-5 as well. But at the end of the day, 0-5 is 0-5. It doesn't matter.
Detroit paid him $4.3 million of that.
Dude, he must have like dirt on like team's ownership. Like he must have been like logging the
He's
flight.
part of the
Yep.
Ford family, dude. He's probably a Ford family. Let's look at his opinions on, you know,
Nah,
look
dude,
up what Ford said about a certain group of people. That's all I'm saying. I want to look up Tim Boyle's opinions. I want to hear what he thinks. Okay, this pod's got on an hour 50. We're good. If people get to this point, I'd like to hear your thoughts on all people. Thank you,
Boyle.
everybody. And yeah, Tim Boyle in particular. Everybody that hears this, if you would like to tell me your thoughts on Tim Boyle, go ahead, tell me. It's interesting. There's a conspiracy out there. That's what Pablo Torre should be looking into. How Tim Boyle is stuck around this long. Promise you, there's something there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Darren. We'll be back. I mean, what time? We'll talk about this off pod. We might have to record earlier than normal, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I leave early on Tuesday.
Okay, we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
We might have to. Well, I mean, early. We'll see what time the Italian can go. Okay, sounds good. We'll talk soon. See ya.